Alexa, trigger live show.
Sending that to it.
Well, looks like we might actually be live. Ha! Let's give it 2 seconds and just see what happens. Maybe, just maybe. I don't do this enough. Cheers, guys. Quick live stream because I was going to do some assembly and I thought, well, might as well stream it. It'd be a little bit more useful for everyone. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. So, what do we got? I have a capacitive substitution box, and it is basically a remake of that resistive box up there. Oh, check this out. My workbench is finally getting clean. My patrons have seen this. I did some behind the scenes video, but I kind of tore it back apart again last night, but I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have all my diagnostic tools available to me, just like right at hand at all times. I'm hoping, but we'll see. We're getting there. I need some more peg hooks because these ones are not real good. But anyway, the substitution box, it's just a resistor substitution box. This one just allows you to just pick any resistor you want by dialing it in, which is super, super handy. And I kind of wish I would have bought one years ago or made one. I could have just made one myself, but so I found this one, and it's a kit as well. That one, the resistance one, came assembled. This one you have to assemble yourself, and it's the exact same box, just different silk screening on it. Same circuit board, same everything, and even same instructions. Notice the R delineations here, and they just added an addendum to change it over to capacitors, which, why not? You can reuse all the same hardware. So I think all we're going to need is this one. They even took the time to put the numeric notation from the actual caps on them, because these are ceramic caps and stuff. So maybe we can assemble some. I don't know. We'll give it a go. We'll see. I wonder if the YouTube comments thing is going to work today. I noticed that comments aren't loading for me. I can't leave comments on videos, and I can't do much in browser based or my mobile app, which is kind of weird, but whatever. YouTube's a bit funny. I don't expect too many live viewers because it's been ages since I've regularly live streamed. It's pretty rare that I live stream anymore, so it doesn't get served in front of people and we don't get a lot of viewers. It looks like we got a couple. Cheers, Shazan Richard. Comments are working. Hey, well, cool. At least our chat is alive. Good. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's have a look here. Oh, crud. Yes. Behind the scenes, right here from the overhead camera, you'll see I'm going to try and periodically, if I've got all the things dialed in here, periodically just shoot some B-roll for the... I'm going to do a quick video on this thing and some testing when the time comes, so I'm going to try and juggle both the live stream and this. Cheers, Richard. This is a capacitive substitution box, a capacitor box. We covered at the beginning. You'll have to rewind a little bit if you can, but there's the resistor counterpart to it, and this is the capacitor box that allows us to just dial in a capacitor value. Should we go with high stuff first, low stuff first? I say low stuff first. And caps, we need to figure out what cap goes where. And that's just going to be a matter of what's the easiest way. I think the easiest way is to just grab the caps and find out where they go, to just look at our cross-reference chart and stick them in. Probably the easiest, and then we'll solder. We'll stick a couple in, we'll solder them, and then yeah, then we'll just repeat. That's probably the easiest, I think. Okay, what do we got? Can I get it to focus for you? Probably not. What do we got? 683. So how about a, what do we want? Do we want close enough where you can see? Nah, you don't care about the manual. You can take my word for it. We want, oh jeez, that camera's still recording. Mistake. Okay, 683. So there's a 681. 683 is going to be R23. And being these aren't electrolytics, we shouldn't have to care about polarization on them, to my knowledge. Okay, 683 R23 goes up here. Let's go with that away. Then we can hopefully, let's try. I should add one of those little lead benders, the 3D printed ones. I actually have never made one. It was on my list to make, and I don't assemble kits like this very often, but we can get them pretty good by hand. There's lots of room in this box, so. Okay, R23, 683. Done. 100 volt cap. Okay, next. Should we grab another one? Let's grab one without some cardboard on it. And then we'll just solder them up. We've got 333, so we want 333. So that's going to be on R20. This R designation is going to annoy me until this project's finished. R20, this one, right? Yeah. Oh, I should capture some B-roll of that, of the insertion. R20. R20, R20. Done. And then we just spread the leads a little bit on the back side. What do you say? How many should we do before? Let's just solder those now. Let's solder those up. So we've got the WEP unit fired up. I cleaned out my Hako tip cleaner just the other night. Get rid of some of the gunkies. It was pretty extreme. I hadn't cleaned it out in many, many moons. Okay. I see a problem. AC. I should have cleaned that board. Let's just clean it up a little bit. Oh. I see a bigger problem. You couldn't even see what I was doing. Where? Huh. I lost my cleaning supplies. So we'll just take some isopropyl and clean up the board a little bit, and then I'll catch up on the chat. Hope you guys are having a good weekend out there, wherever you may be. Full lockdown here in Ontario, but it's not so bad. It's badly needed. Should we get a third hand out? Yes, we should. This will make things a little easier. The thing that I'm missing here is another monitor that's closer. Clearly, yeah, they do use the same for the resistance and capacitive ladder. They're identical. The only difference is this page of the instructions right here that, that swaps them out and adds the other ones. Dustin's here. Cheers, Dustin. Pavel's here. Cheers, Pavel. One of the top-notch iNav devs and a fellow YouTuber, Dustin, I believe. Dustin, do you have a YouTube? Are you making YouTube videos these days, or are you still just getting ramped up? Pavel, I know, is making YouTube videos. I watched one of his. I watched his live stream yesterday, but I wasn't able to comment on anything on the other video I watched. I don't remember what it was. I think it was CNC. I can't remember. The live stream worked good though. I was able to drop in and out on that and catch up. That was fun. And as you guys know, I don't live stream terribly often these days, but I try to once in a while. Makes things a little bit fun. Dustin, yes you do. Possible. Cool. I think I've got... Dustin, did you put out a video just in the last day or so? I think I might be confusing your channel with someone else's, but I think I added it to my watch later list, but I can't quite remember. What is going on with this iron? Something weird. It's acting cold, but I've got it, and then it just flickered. I think I actually have a failing. I think I have a failing tip. That's maxed out. Can you guys see that at all? Maybe. It is like, this is a lot of copper, so it takes a little bit more heat, but nothing that this iron shouldn't, like, it should be able to do this in its sleep, and it's acting cold. I did, since I run this iron wide open, it sometimes gets forgotten, which is undesirable. It's a little better now. And that happened the other day, and it stayed wide open for some time without me paying attention. And these cheapies, that's the one thing they don't like. That is horrible. All right, I've got my Unger warming up now. It'll just be a minute. Oh no, I didn't. Thanks for reminding me. All right, cool. I couldn't. Must have been one of the others. So for anyone watching this, it's not a super secret. We all of us electronics makers, or that kind of genre, have a private Discord server that we're the vast majority of, if it's an electronics YouTuber, they're probably a member of our Discord. And I don't post there as much as I should, but I know Dustin is a member, and so am I, and I try and drop in and say hi now and again. It's a fun thing. It allows us to collaborate a little bit and do fun stuff. But while that iron warms up, we'll place some more components. What do we got? This one is labeled 2A682, so we want a 682, and it looks like the spacing is always going to be similar on these. So we'll form the leads roughly like I just saw. It should be pretty close. And then we'll find out, where does the 682 go? Should be on this side, maybe. Nope, 683, 681, 682. Passed it by twice. R15. R15. And my camera went dead. Oh, perfect. We got that pretty good. Look at that. Almost like we knew what we were doing. Perfect. Let's place another one. What do we got? This is going to be a handy unit, and what I'm thinking, I've gotten away without using them. This is 822. I've gotten away without using them forever because, well, here, I'll show you. While that iron warms up. The way I get away with it is the same as every other electronics maker. We have ridiculous heaps of capacitors, and actually I just ordered more the other day. I've got all these electrolytic assortments, and you just grab one out and just whack it in, and either in parallel with your existing circuit if you're troubleshooting, or when you're building a circuit you just throw it in the breadboard or whatever. But with this, I'm picturing in those weird situations where I have caps that I'm not sure that I want to change or that I need to change, particularly maybe if I don't have the part or whatever, I can just clip this on in parallel and see if the component changes its failure mode. So yeah, it's something I've never tried. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. In most cases, it's power supply failures of components that won't allow it to fire up, and just a little bit of capacitance might do the trick. I often just warm up electrolytics with my hot air rework, and that'll give you one more start of them, of like failed monitors and stuff. That'll often fire them up, and then you know where the failure mode is. That's also why this is R16. That's also why components, computer electronics and consumer electronics, most commonly end up failing after a thunderstorm here in North America, because we often have grid outages, little grid disturbances and hiccups and short-term outages. And it's not the lightning that often, sometimes it's the lightning that kills things, but sometimes it's just the offline time that allows the component to shut off and cool off, and when you go to fire it back up, the caps are no longer sufficient. So yeah, the more you know, right? R16, 822. R16, still, this is gonna bug me forever, this R delineation. It's craziness. Right on. Alright, what do we got? What are we making? Yeah, the capacitor decade box. Yeah, I've had to tinker with circuits, see if it works with more capacitance resistance. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, it's not terribly often that I need to do it, but when I do, it might be damn handy. So let's see. This is actually, I'm finding this is the board. There is something. Huh. That should be warm by now. Is it possible there's some kind of a clear coat on this? It's just not flowing worth beans. It actually feels like there's something on it. Huh. I almost wonder whether they hit it with some kind of clear coat. It's not solder mask, but there's something weird. There's definitely something on there. Because if you're not gonna, here, let me switch to the other camera. Not the big microscope. Can we try the small microscope? But this one. I know that's not focused very well, but there. You can see it doesn't want to flow through at all. Now that looks partly just too cold, which it could be, but my Unger, this Unger can do anything. It could be just not warmed up yet. I don't know how long it's been. I've been yammering. There. Alright, well, it was just thermal transfer. This is fine now. It's going through now. Let me switch back to the camera where you can see. How about that? Poor man's conformal nail polish. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's hit it. There's definitely something on there. But we'll let the iron kind of chew at it. Huh. And it is just crazy sucking up heat. So this iron is warm now. Now she's awake. Just get rid of these. Yeah, that's better. I'll get you a better look after. There, she's awake now. This old iron, this old Unger is shit, it's nearly as old as me. I've had this since I was in my teens, and it's a very early temperature controlled iron, and it's really slow to wake up and start adjusting tip temp. But once it does, now it's fine. Now we're cooking with gas. So there was definitely a little bit of something on the board, but the lion's share was my iron was too cold. Because now you're gonna see these are still blobby, not pride and joy. Wear safety glasses or hold your leads. Yeah, they're still blobby, but better. Okay, onward and upward. Cheers, Armando. How are you? Did you see Great Scott's new video? The one today? Yeah, I did. The PCB printer at like 3,000 euros. I love Elector. I really do, actually. Elector supports this channel, 2A104J. So we want 104. Elector reached out and wanted to work together, and basically I already work with PCBWay on my videos for monetary sponsorship. So I did take a magazine subscription. Awesome, nice people. Really cool. R24. But when it comes to things like that PCB printing rig at like 3,000 euros, that's beyond the reach of 99.9999% of the people who view my channel, including myself. There is no way I would ever purchase that in a million years myself. So I just have no interest in it. I truly don't. More power to Great Scott for reviewing it and giving it a look, because it's something I never would have seen otherwise. It's kind of neat. But at the end of it, when he boxed it back up to send it back, I was happy he showed that, because realistically that's not something that most sponsors will leave with us as YouTubers, even with the size of channel of his. And I don't think it would be a keeper. Maybe for a university scene or something, like college or university, it'd be a hell of a great idea for that. Or somewhere that needs to rapidly prototype simple electronics quickly. Pretty neat that way. But yeah, I couldn't get behind that. What do we got? TCI MREF. What the hell is it? 563, 250 volt. 563, 250 volt. There can't be very many 250 volts. That can't be right. It is 250 volt. Which one's labeled 250? I didn't see anything that high. Yeah, they must have substituted it out. So it's 563, 561, 563, R22. What did you think of that video? For anybody else who saw it. I love Great Scott's videos, I really do. His production quality is just stupendous. Back when I ran Tech Live, I shared every week. I shared his videos, Andreas's videos, and post-apocalyptic inventor too. R22. Before a couple of those channels were even big. Great Scott is one of the channels I gave up on. He's just impossible to get any interaction with. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad that you feel that way. It's hard when channels get bigger. It's hard to get interaction, and YouTube is not making it any easier. YouTube is making it harder and harder for us to interact with any viewer. We don't get notified of comments. The best thing is in Creator Studio. This drives me right fucking nuts. In Creator Studio, when you go to leave a comment, if you're using Chrome, 9 times out of 10 the comment won't post, and you have to refresh the page and start all over, and you can't copy and paste your comment before you refresh the page. It's gone. It's in limbo. And so I switched to Edge, and that problem seems to be better. But when I'd write long, thoughtful comments back, like to try and help people, I got rewarded by my entire comment disappearing, and I would have to rethink everything I just wrote, to which case you give up and move on, which means creators don't leave good feedback to their viewers. So, not to mention YouTube making it harder in 1,000 other ways other than that. That is not the only way. Okie dokie. What can we do about that glare? Can I move? Not much. What about if we move you? Sorry, don't mind to make you. Is that a little better? Yeah, maybe that'll be a little better most of the time. Try and make that better. Edge is awesome. You know what? Favel, I would have never thought it. I really wouldn't have, unless a friend who actually does pen test work convinced me to try it. And I 100% agree with you. Edge just works. It imported everything immediately, all my add-ons, all my plugins, even obscure ones that I use for like weird tag stuff and whatnot. Everything just worked, and it just pulled it in, and it's fast, and yeah, it's working. I have no complaints other than yesterday and today. I couldn't get YouTube comments to work, but I think it's on the YouTube side. I could watch the videos, but you scroll down and the comments are just forever spinny wheel. But other than that, I don't think that's Edge. 153. 153. 153. Where are you? R18 should be 153. R18 153. Yeah, after Internet Explorer, I would have never tried another Microsoft browser in a million years unless someone told me to, and my goodness, I'm glad they did. I was back using Firefox for a short time, and whew, yeah, Edge works much better. Craziness. And what do we got? 223, 2A, 223J, 223. 223, and looking on the sheet, I'm not seeing it. 222, 223, R19. R19. Right next door to the one we just did. How handy. R19, push it down through. There we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That damn glare, eh? How about that? That's close enough. Close enough. Finally stopped snowing here. We got about 20 centimeters overnight the night before last, so I didn't have to blow snow yesterday or today, which was nice. And yesterday, I haven't put out a video on the channel in 2 weeks, and my patrons have been getting mailbag videos, and we'll get another mailbag video this week. But in the behind the scenes, I've been editing and filing my videos and taking new ones. And yesterday I finalized the video footage on this, which is an STM32F4 Pi board for MicroPython use primarily, and I got this figured out and working, and I've got a GitHub with all my notes and everything, and of course, fanboy bandwagon. I got this working on MicroPython yesterday. Painless, took moments, nothing to it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not the end-all be-all of microcontrollers, that's for sure, but what I'm going to be using it for is probably not the average thing. I'm going to be using it for machine learning, and that is, I have the Arduino Nano 32 IoT version coming, which is also an ARM Cortex processor and supports TinyML machine learning. And I already have a GitHub. If you guys are interested, you can check out my GitHub repo that has just on machine learning. And I've been doing a lot of research into it and having a lot of fun with that. 332. Oh yeah, catch up on chat, right? Chrome below the hood. We're minus 26 in Alberta. Cheers, Robert. You can keep it there, please. Yeah, you can just keep it. Oh, yeah. I just found out you're on Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey is the new platform, formerly a library. And yes, all these videos, you can check me out on Odyssey, library.tv. They're all republished there. You can watch them ad-free. All my videos are syndicated there. You're more than welcome to check them out. I don't make a big deal of advertising it because I'm still leery of that platform, to be honest. I have freely given them all my videos and all my current publishing, and when I initially looked at it, there was no delete button for the channel. There was no delete button for anything. It looked, and the user agreement, which I tried to read, was very long and very involved, and it looked like basically once you gave them to them, you were hooped. They were there. So I'm a little leery of the platform, but my stuff is there. You guys are more than welcome to follow me there, ad-free, whatever. I don't make. Here's a behind the scenes. Us content creators don't make anything from subscribers for ad revenue. The subscribers are this tiny little portion of our ad revenue, like minuscule compared to search related videos. So all my old stuff, the targeted how-to videos are what make the channel money, and my patrons who support me directly. So I have no concerns with anybody. I advise everyone run ad blocker. Go ahead and throw me a buck or two if you feel like it. If you don't, no big deal. Or watch me on Library or Odyssey, and yeah, I'm totally cool with that. I'm actually not very cool with the direction that YouTube is headed. They're making it to the point. Just look in search right now. Oops. Just look in search and try and search for a topic you want to see, and then you'll scroll down about 5 videos, and then you'll start seeing what YouTube wants you to see. Others suggested, or other people searched for this. No, I want to see what I searched for. I want to know how to put MicroPython on the Raspberry Pi Pico. I don't want to know what Great Scott's buddy posted. And this is the direction that YouTube is headed, and it's kind of, I'm a little concerned, which is why I'm looking to other platforms. So yeah, I am there. Long and all over the place response. 332 is this guy. 332 should be R12. R12 is this guy. And the one thing I'm missing here on my live stream setup, I'm sorry guys, is a chat monitor. I have to keep sticking my head over here. Yeah, minus 26. Yeah, that's Canuck normal out that way, that's for sure. There is a delete button. There's a delete button now, and it was there before, but in transaction list in your wallet. Interesting. I'll check that out. Interface got better. Yeah, I noticed the entire interface is different, and I saw some comments there yesterday. It was the first time I've logged into the new platforms. Thank you for that. Subs only give you fame, kudos, and yeah. That's right. Pavel knows. He's a content creator. YouTube knows. Yeah. You put your mouse over the site. It always says this is something they like. Yeah. YouTube is going. Well, YouTube's been going this way a long time. Twitter went this way. Instagram, Facebook. It's all curated feed, right? And that's how they make max profit and keep max retention. Watch what was that movie just recently that talked a bit more about the algorithm? YouTube is that way now, and it's really too bad. I've been on this platform a while and been making videos a while, and I like it the least now that I ever have. for us makers and tinkerers and generally people who aren't just here to watch a comedy kind of thing. And the social aspect is completely gone. The social aspect of YouTube, put it this way, in chat right now, we have some people with YouTube channels, some larger ones. Pavel's got a big channel. Say you're interested in what Pavel is up to right now. Try to get to his channel right now. And you guys, come on back once you find his channel and subscribe to him, by the way, when you're over there. But you see how difficult it used to be, or it is now. You used to be able to just click on their name, but they banned that. And then you used to have to click the little button, the little ... beside their name, and then you could go to channel. And now they took that away. So they've actually completely taken away the social part of this whole platform, which is quite sad. I've watched it degrade for some time. So R17 for this guy. But it's not all doom and gloom. Like, we're still here now. R17. And they give me a place where I can reach out to you guys and still reach most of you, so I'm thankful for that. I give them a lot of money by the advertising revenue that they take. So I think it's a fair trade. I go to my subsection and find, yeah, Pavel is untouchable. You need reservation just to get a spot. Yeah. To combat sub-begging spammers. Yeah, I don't buy that was the motivation for it at all, but maybe. It's quite possible. I'm not a YouTube dev, so I guess that could have been the reasoning. Piss poor reasoning, if you ask me. They've made the social aspect of this platform steadily more and more difficult. Kind of like soldering to whatever this coating is on this exposed. I wonder, like, I did clean this, and like, any coating should be off of here. I almost wonder whether it's the metal. Like, what kind of plating is that board actually made from? Like, it's definitely heat related, but there's something. That is a horrible looking joint. That is horrible. I might actually fire up my monster gun after this and just hit these. And just see. I've got a great big monster gun for back when I was a mechanic for soldering. It'll solder 4-gauge cable, no problem. But move links. Maybe a dab of acetone. Yeah, I did. I didn't use acetone. I used isopropyl, and then I actually took Scotch-Brite to them as well, and isopropyl after. So yeah, it's quite odd. It's not game. It's not. This is fine. It's fine. You'll hear me, like, I'll just shut up about it because it really doesn't matter. This is not going to be bashed around. This is not out in a vehicle or a moving object. This is on the bench, almost no current flow. Like, these are plenty good enough, except that will just drive me freaking bananas till doomsday. That's horrible. I think it is partly heat related. There. Okay, that one was unacceptable. That was just a big blob. Alright, what do we got? We got a 562. 562. Who's got bingo? 562. Any guesses where this is? R14. You are the winner. R14. You are the winner. R14. I thought I already soldered R14. R14, there you are. I finded you. You hid from me. We didn't form that one very good, did we? So you really do need to form them first before you try and job them through, because if you go yanking on them like this, you'll actually bust them right out of the ceramics. So you always want to take the time to form first, or get 3D print one of them cool little formy things. I really should have done that before the show. That would have been alright. How's my audio with this new mic? I've always had audio problems live streaming forever, and I switched to this cool rigmarole. It's just an ultra cheap podcasting microphone that I got for doing some podcasty stuff, and I think it's a better use here on the live stream. Yeah, 300 watt soldering iron, that will solder anything. Hi Adam, cheers. Really clear and crisp. Crystal clear and sound. Thanks guys. Okay, cool. Well, that's pretty... I know it'll be a little bit bad when I go off camera, like when I'm reading your comments and mumbling and whatnot, but ideally if I'm working on the bench, I just don't want it too hot. The problem I always ran into is when I got it half decent, if you can see on the small overhead in the bottom corner, my distance to the mic is always varying unless I use a headset mic, and I had no luck with any headset mic I tried. I could not get to the stage where that worked effectively without interference problems and stuff, so this was the next best solution that I could come up with, and I'm super glad if it's good. Audio is the key to any video, and most of my live streams, honestly most, are quite bad, and I've made more bad YouTube videos than good. But I'm trying to change that. 222. Anybody got a 222? 222, I seem to remember being on this side. R11. R11. This is going to be pretty handy when I'm done. I like the concept of this thing already. I think this is going to be handy, but we'll see. We'll know. I often know within a couple of months. I usually delay my YouTube videos, at least, well, most of them are delayed about 6 months from the time I get a part before I'll actually show the video, but usually I'll know pretty quick. If I use an item like this in the first few weeks of getting it, that means I'm going to use it all the time. But if it goes and gets relegated to the back, and or if I don't put it in easy to access areas like my diagnostic area here, if I bury it down in a drawer down below, there's no point in even having it. So I actually have can I spin you guys around? Don't get seasick. Behind the scenes back here, that right there, I have been working on the review for that hot plate for months now. I just took the last little shots with it, and I've used it about a dozen times now, and I'm ready to put the review out. Spoiler, it's a great hot plate. It works great. I like my reflow oven better, but I'm liking that hot plate for doing rework where you don't want to thermally shock the boards. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out. Cool. 8 out of 10. Oh, cool. Late to the party, a couple of rotary switches connected. These are caps. This is a capacitor substitution box today. There we go. I'll put you up where you can see. This is just for prototyping and or for running repair. We can just sub in some caps. And the resistance box is the one right up there that you would have just caught a glimpse of. And that's the exact same circuit board, except I didn't have to assemble it. And it's for resistors. What do we got? 2A473. 473. Where do you live? 472, 473, which is a 0.47 microfarad 100 volt cap, R21. R21. Yeah, and we've already covered it here, but this board is a reuse of the existing one over there. Hence the R designation for capacitors, which is still throwing me off, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Probably going to poison my mind now for a day or two. R21. Get in there, R21. What's going on? What happened, R21? I bent your lead, R21. How did that happen? Come on. Get. One of the hazards of not going by components is that now we're stuck trying to shoehorn a component in a spot that's a little harder to get. Just bend those leads a little bit. There we go. Good to go. And then I'll catch up on chat real quick. I shouldn't even be streaming this. These joints look horrible. The solder police are gonna come and get me. That's okay. Oh, that one's alright. Maybe my hunger finally woke up. Good. Not the prettiest. Could have definitely done a little nicer job in placing those. Not bad. We can straighten those out. Yeah, they'll be alright. We can straighten all those out. Make them drive me nuts if they're not all well aligned. Not bad, not bad. That'll do. Cool. Oh yeah, the practical mechanic. Cheers. I hope you got your parts. I saw the shipping confirmation some time back. You should have yourself a rescue kit if I remember it correctly. Pick some noise. Ah. Let me know if that's better, Pavel. The Rigel scope fan is, I noticed, a tiny bit louder than it used to be. That might be a little better. I'll go quiet. It's still picking up a tiny bit of my furnace. I could put a noise gate on it, but I don't want to. 30 watching. Sorry. Concept 30 watching, 14 likes. Oh, thanks, Thanks, Robert. Cheers. I'm just glad that I got to hang out with some of you guys. I haven't gotten to do a live stream in forever, and I know this isn't the most wonderfully exciting thing. I wonder. Here. Let me try something. Let's see. Can we focus? There we go. Now you guys can see. So this is just my cheap USB microphone or microscope that I never use because I have the binocular or trinocular one over just behind me. But so we should want a 681 1 kV 681 681 681 681 R7 R7 R7. This looks like your spacing might be okay on these ceramic style caps. Nope, still needs to be spread. Still needs to be spread. It's better if you do it with like a little pair of needle nose too, obviously, but I am not that particular on this board. If I was selling it or showing it off to a lot more people than here, maybe I would take a bit more time, but how's the webcam doing? Can it even focus that close? Yeah, kinda, sorta. It's not the best, but I have a C922 webcam out in the other room that I was using for VR streams, which I haven't done since, and I think I might try swapping it out. These are C920s in here, and I think it could be slightly better. but we'll see. Someday, if I ever got serious about streaming, which I don't think I will, I don't think, there's just, people aren't that interested in watching this kind of stuff, but if I ever do, I'll go with a better cam setup. Dumb question, what are you making? Oh yeah, it's this box right here. One of those. You can Google it. These streams are the most... Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad someone likes these streams. It's obviously not easy to stream something like this. It's not hard, but it's not the easiest thing, and it would be much more, much quicker. Hold on, sorry. It would be much quicker to just go ahead and build things and shoot the video, but it's fun to hang out with you guys. So 472. 472. 472. Do we have a bingo? 471. 472. R13. R13. I swear, I'm starting to think that we've done these over and over. R13. I think that's down here. It is. We have a Wiener. We have a Wiener. R13. We have a Wiener. No bingo yet. You guys let me know when we get to a bingo. Added a new kit to the store, or well, I published it today. One of my old videos, if you guys have been around a long time, you'll remember I did an that Amazon device with Wemos D1 Mini to control a relay, and I finally everybody keeps asking for parts, and people are shy about buying stuff from eBay apparently, so I just made a kit. It's not for the usual viewers of this video because the pricing, like, it's $23 US, 821, but for some people it's exactly what they want. It's 821, 821, 821. Where are you? 821 R8. We have a Wiener R8. Like just yesterday, it's funny, the Roomba virtual walls that I make with the Arduino Nano, I had a nice gentleman from Germany contact me and wanted to order one, so I didn't have shipping to Germany set up on my site, so I went ahead and got a quote. Funny enough, I can ship to Germany for the exact same price that I can ship to the United States by air, which is crazy, but anyway. So sure enough, I sent one off yesterday, a kit with some LEDs, an Arduino Nano, and a 3D printed case to Germany, of all places, from Canada here. So people just aren't comfortable ordering the parts themselves, I guess. So I'm happy to do it. I make a tiny bit of profit. Well, not tiny. I make exactly industry standard. I make 2.5 times my cost. And sometimes I lose a tiny bit on shipping, but that's okay. And yeah, I've been sending these kits out. I've been having fun. It's been a blast. And Practical Mechanic bought one. Started building the kit, decided the final build. Crazy. Oh, cheers, cool. Yeah, Practical Mechanic bought one of my rescue kits, which is my most proud project I've ever made. I just love. Greetings from India. Cheers to India. No, editing is a blessing sometimes. Yeah, editing, my least favorite part of making videos most of the time. Actually, I like this. This is handy. 471. 471. 471. 471. Does we have a Wiener? Should just send you guys the link, and you guys can just call out the positions. But then somebody will troll me and have it somewhere weird for sure. R5. R5. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. like I mentioned, it's a heck of a lot slower doing this when you're streaming. I would have probably, if I wasn't streaming, I would probably just lay them all out and just hammer through them. Like place them all through the board all at once and just hammer through them, but I don't want them flying all over when I'm streaming and starting over 10 times. So I think this way 1 by 1 is working, or maybe a little bit more than 1 by 1. 2 by 2 seems to be a good way to do it. Cool. And I save all of these. These are super handy for little jumpers and stuff when you're repairing circuit boards and whatnot. The leads are handy. They sometimes end up in my foot, but so be it. Less of a problem than Lego. 101. 101. Where we got a 101? R1 is a 101. Cool. Yeah, and the next, maybe on a live stream here before too long, I still have that. I've been meaning to assemble that quadcopter. I have that S500 that I want to get building because I want to use it with rescue, as well as I have a couple other real goofy nerdy projects that incorporate iNav drone with microcontrollers and a custom PCB and stuff. There are all kinds of projects. You just need to find the time. I have no excuse on that quadcopter though. I should have been moving on that long ago. It's been sitting here forever. I got those new to me flight controls, new F7s, flight control boards, so I'm a little excited to try that out. And iNav is at a stage now where it just seems to work with all quadcopters. Thank you, Pavel, for all your work on that. Truly appreciated. 331. 331. Do we have a bingo? 331. 331. R4. R4. Yeah, so I need to build that quad. It's on the list. And then there's another build I wanted to do. What was it? Oh, the CNC. Actually, Pavel beat me to that too. I've got that 3018 CNC that's been sitting here since Q4 last year. I'd like to finish building that, or start building that. It's on the list. That will be handy for some projects. Unbelievable price on those CNCs. I'm super excited to give it a try. I've been pleasantly surprised with my laser cutter. Last spring when we went into lockdown initially, I bought that K40 laser cutter for just a few hundred Canadian pesos, and I've been super happy with that. What a handy thing. Cuts wood for sure. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm not going to be into aluminum or anything. I don't really have any need for that. I need to go to the machine shop for that. Is that 102 it looks like? 102. But yeah, really seriously thanks for all your work on iNav and to all the other devs too. I'm sure they don't hear it enough. I work in dev in my day job. Well, I work in tech support in my day job, but tech support for software, exclusively for software that run really big machines. And our developers, I have a really good working relationship with. I'm really fortunate. I'm one of the only people who has access to our code base outside of the dev, so I get to see it from both sides. And those guys, I love reminding them two things. I like reminding them how the real world works whenever I can, but I also like making sure that they feel appreciated, because people just don't understand the agony of coding. Especially coding something that you can't immediately test, that it isn't just basic PLC control with a hysteresis. Like when you're talking flight dynamics or what I do in my day job, there's a lot of aerodynamics. Getting it right is hard. It's really hard. And the best, when you do get it right, by nature, nobody freaking notices, because it works. They only notice when shit goes wrong. 151. Anyway, let's preach into the choir. 151. You're going to try some aluminum. Cheers. Awesome. Well, let me know how that works. You got my interest there. I've seen guys do some aluminum. It's definitely messy. But I think with enough coolant and enough lubricant, you'd be just fine. 151 is... This was 151, right? Yeah, 151 is R2. 151 is R2. R2. I really wish they did a different board and use C's instead of R's, but this is gotta be so confusing to some people who may watch this video. Like, who in the hell made that board with the wrong component designators? Just foolishness. But it does make sense. And this is why, so these boxes, the kit and the assembled one were both, I used YouTube ad revenue, thank you YouTube, but they were 40 Canadian pesos a piece, taxes in, and Amazon primed. So for 40 bucks, that you'd be hard pressed to make this nice for 40 bucks. And like a lot of us could, but yeah, it's a pretty reasonable deal. So some things have got to be forgiven, like component designators. Okay, what's this guy? So faded. Can we even read it? Oh, you can loud and clear on the microscope. 152. The microscope works pretty good. I should use that more often. 152. 152 is R10, according to my drawing. R10. R10, here we are. R10. Perfect. Perfect. I'm happy with that. It's wonderful. Yeah, this is going to be handy. Definitely a tool you don't need very often, but when you do, I'm really excited to give it a try, because I never bother to parallel up a cap on a failed component. I just change them. And now I can tell when they're failed easy enough with my ESR meter. This guy, if you don't have one, if you're into electronics, this model is awesome. I got this off of eBay a long time ago. I think it takes 9-volt battery. Oh no, 2 AA's. I think I did have it leak once. So just, yeah, I did. You can see where I fluid filmed it. I've had to clean it up. 9-volt I like better. They don't leak as much, but whatever. But this one works wonderful for equivalent series resistance checking, and it has no problem picking out bad caps. But what would be nice to know is how many. You never know where to stop. So this, if I have a failure and I'm just wondering, I should be able to just parallel one up on the existing board by just either using the clips or soldering on, and just see if the component works. Not that microscope, not that button, this button. 561. Ah, look at all the crud we broke off. It should be fine. The ceramic, that's the thing with messing with the leads. They do that, but it's undesirable, but it should be fine. 561. Undesirable. 561. Where are you? R6 is the winner. R6. So I should be able to, hopefully this week, get back on track with the videos. And I think the first one you guys will see come out is the hot plate review because that's the closest to finished editing. I just have to finish the voiceovers on that. Now that I do voiceovers in my videos, they take twice as long because I just always put it off. But I think they are a lot easier to watch. And then after that, or maybe I'll try and get the Pi Pico one out first because it's a really simple small video and it's kind of timely right now. And then that Pi board, that STM MicroPython board will be next. I'm going to play with that some more. And then I have another board here. Well, here, this is one I want to play with. I've never played with this. Maybe you guys have. Ever seen one of these Sense boards? Here. I've never seen one of these. Maybe you guys have. USB Micro. Ow, not that one. Come on, Eric. Smarten up. This guy. This CCS811. And you can see down in here that that gap is actually for air to get in. This is a CO2 sensor, among other things. Now, I have never tried one before. It's SPI. It's really interesting looking. All the CO2 sensors tend to be a little bit expensive. In the MQ series seems to fall maybe a little bit short on CO2, but we'll give it a try. 221. 221. Where do you go? R3. R3. That's got to be our second last one, or last. Is this our last one? Last one by the looks of it. And we just got switches and pots. Oh yeah, and I was going to show you that microcontroller too. I bought a different variant of an ESP32 that I've never used before. I've never been big in trying different microcontrollers. You guys know me. I stick to what works, and the Arduino Nano works in all my cases that I need basic simple microcontroller. And then the ESP8266 Wemos D1 Mini covers the Wi-Fi turf, but I'm trying to get a little bit deeper into MicroPython and stuff, into these other specialty boards in the times that I need them, or the times that they could benefit. So it'll make for fun videos. So is my chat still working, or are we just quiet? Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. I'll go through and straighten them all out after. Alright, we're good. Switch. This should be agnostic of direction. Come on. Now is that? Where's the box? Give me the box. Yeah, this is by far not amazing work. Alright, that seems like that switch just hangs out in the breeze. It just goes down and seats on the risers. And that's all there is to it. Lead free, 99% tin, 0.7% copper. Yeah, no thanks. No, thank you. It's nice of you to be conscious and sending out lead free, but I have no interest in it. Oh, come on, Eric. How did you manage that? Got it all nice and hot, and then I forget that it, with this much thermal mass, you gotta give it a little longer to cool than like half a second. You gotta have a little bit more patience. That bracket is piping hot. Goop. Good. Should be running a fan, but I'm not. Oh yeah, the one time you get hot enough. It is hard when there's a webcam in the way. Lovely. Am I even on camera? Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying not to gripe about the fact that there's always perpetually a camera right in my line of sight, but minor thing. Okay. Wires. Oof. Much sad. No. 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 Bad. No. Better. But not great. Yeah. No. Nope. 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 Let's go hunting. Somewhere in my pile of goodies. Here. Bench fun. Yeah, yeah, I haven't seen one of those. Oh, good. You tried that solder. Cool. Much better than the stuff you got. Yeah, even the lead-free solder is definitely getting better, isn't it? Bench fan, yeah. Okay, somewhere in my heap, I think, as I'm talking directly away from the microphone, sorry. Did I file it under meter leads? I did. Oh, smart me. Big brain. Worked. My father gave me this. He got it. I don't even remember. I think he might have found it at the Restore of all places. But it looks like it's been sitting outside a little bit. It's a little dusty. But nice silicone. Mucho better. Mucho, mucho, mucho better. And now we can actually customize our meter lead length too. I always make them too long. Always. So let's go with what they gave us. I always think, oh yeah, longer will be better, and then they're always flopping all over the place and tripping over them, and you know how it is. So that's give me more. Give me more. It's just about 2 gauges larger, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll put that stuff right in the round receptacle where it belongs. Yeah, this will be much nicer. How about we measure it off what you just cut, Eric? That'd be smarter. Yeah, that'll be a lot nicer. Much better than this garbage. This stuff will be fine for other projects. It goes into my somewhere around here. I have a wire bucket. I'm gonna do a video on my storage stuff and whatnot because I'm super happy with how I've been doing things lately. This little one for odds and sods of wire when you just need little jumpers. Pretty handy. You can tell, I bet you guys can tell if you've been around electronics for a while where all those little twisted pair ones came from. Throw it in chat if you recognize it. Never let anything go to the dump without rating valuable things like wire. Wire is expensive to buy, so I steal all those from one particular source and it always just works out wonderful. Okay, now I think we have to, I thought I saw in the element 14 thing where you had to remove some brackets or something for this. Doesn't look like it now. And do they fit only one way? Or do they fit all over the which ways? Oh, yeah, there they are. I see it. Oh, it is keyed to just fit one way, like it should be. I thought I saw some assembly was required with these. I guess they've improved the kit since. It only fits one way, and there's no cutting required, so it's perfect. It's a good little kit. I like it. It's definitely, and the beauty. I love kits like this because, like, I'm not big on making kits anymore, but I sure used to be. And if you're gonna make a kit and you make it a tool that you actually can use for years to come, it sets you off on an awesome place into electronics in my eyes. Yeah, sure, you can send me some Polish solder, no problem. And J&J got it right from a computer. Yes, those are the LED wires and the push button switch wires from old PCs. And I snag them all, and they're already twisted pair, so for sensor wires or communication wires, they're just wonderful. Can I get you set up? How can we set you up here? I'm just gonna clean your lens here, guys, because I bet you sometimes after a while the solder fumes get to it a little bit. Let's see, can we focus? No. There. How about that? Drop me an email with shipping address. Right on. Yeah, I have a P.O. box on my website on makeme.org. You're welcome to use if you like. You don't have to send me any. You don't have to send me anything, but I finally got my P.O. box sorted out yesterday. It took me a year of fighting with Canada Post. My P.O. box expired last year during the initial lockdown. You done bad on that. That one is not sitting in. One second. Uno momento. Well, that's the way she's gonna be. My P.O. box expired, and when I went back in, they actually yelled at me at the counter and said, well, it expired. And I'm like, well, I've still got the key, and the key works, please renew it. And they couldn't get there from here, and we went through all this rigmarole, and they gave up, and the computer wouldn't let them. 5 times I've been into the local post office. 5 times they couldn't do anything. One of those 5 was just last week, and they told me, oh yeah, you got to go home and call Canada Post corporate and deal with them. And I'm like, but the box is here. You have the key. I have the key, and I'm getting someone else's mail in, and all I want to do is pay the bill and find out whether someone else has a key too. And anyway, I had to escalate to their corporate again and come down back to the local site supervisor, and they finally sorted it out, and I paid my 200 Canadian dollars to have a P.O. box for the next year. So, freaking ridiculous. But kind of required if you're going to be doing YouTube stuff. You don't want people sending stuff right to your house. It's kind of a bad thing. Alright. That one's a little better. The other side's lifted just a tiny bit, but it should be fine. And we'll solder those up. What's a good angle for you? That good for you? That looks good for you. 30 cal. Yeah, I save everything too. I don't save as much as I used to. I get rid of a lot of junk now, but anything of value, I try and save it. It's less with components these days, especially with the advent of consumer electronics going to all surface mount. There's not much worth salvaging anymore, and the caps are 90% of the way to being defective on anything you're going to be scrapping out, so you might as well just stock new ones. Oh, tasty tip for you guys. Check your cap supplies. That box I showed earlier with all my electrolytics, I went to fix a doorbell the other day, and it was actually impact damage on the wireless receiver that plugs in the wall, and it had wrecked one of the caps. And I went to replace it, and I found out in my cap assortment I have next to no greater than 100 volt caps. 400, I believe, is the common larger or higher voltage size. Anyway, I went on eBay and ordered a whole assortment for like just a few bucks of all different sizes, but at high enough voltage for this 110 volt mains here, 120 depending on who you talk to. But I found I only had a handful of higher voltage ones, so there's a weakness in my collection, which I have now remedied, and they will come sometime probably after Chinese New Year now. But definitely live and learn kind of situation. I'm going to try putting this on autofocus and see if that's any better. You guys tell me. Cheers, Andy. How are you, Andy? All right. See if that... We're back to... I used to have trouble with this camera on autofocus. It used to hunt. So I've been using a fairly static focal distance. But see if that works any better. Okay, let's do some wire. This nice silicone wire. This is nice stuff. My dad is a electronics engineer by trade all his life, so he doesn't let stuff like this go by. That's interesting. It's got a... That's not what I thought. Huh. Do I have my other strippers here? My proper wire strippers? It's got a little bit of a semicon in there, like a cloth sheath underneath the silicone. And that's what just tore funny from doing the... This needs a proper set of strippers. See it, there it is again. It's okay, you can take and trim it. But yeah, it's fine. Interesting. Let's just tin that. Let's tin it living on the edge, tin it over the board. Never tin wires over boards. Horrible idea. I don't know whether this is even going to fit through. Guess I should check that, make sure it fits through the damn hole in the board. Seeing as how this is a slightly larger gauge wire. We can always trim a few strands. We don't need any current carrying capacity here, so we could trim it down if we had to. Because it's worth it. There, that stripped better. Oh, that should be fine. That's pretty small. Where's the red one? We don't even need to tin this first. We can probably stuff it through. Nope. She's right on the edge. Twisty, twisty. Twisty, twisty. Oh, she's tight. She's tight, and we might have to take a couple of strands out. Nope. Just, it no more than goes through. She's balling up a little bit on the backside. That's alright. Definitely worth it to have it not that junk wire that's like fence wire. There we go. And of course, that's what happens when you're working over like that. Done. Beauty. Beauty. Oh, nice. Me like it a lot. Bureaucracy is the only constant. Yeah, it sure is. Yes, it is. Here in Canuckland, we are stuck with it too. He's okay. It's nuts. Like, us being in full lockdown here kind of sucks, but my family is safe. My freezer is full. My fridge is full. Today, night before last, I went on my phone and went on my local Zehrs, which is the local grocery store, the expensive grocery store that I usually don't shop at because I'm quite cheap. But I went on their app, ordered all my groceries. It costs $5 for this pickup service. And I went there this morning, pull in the driveway, and they put it right in the back of my car and I drive away. No contact, no nothing. I'm like, then I get to come home, build electronics, shoot the shit with you guys, and life really isn't that bad. I'm pretty content. I have every kind of toy I could want to play with over the next months here in the house somewhere, and we're happy and healthy, so except for that one frickin' strand of wire that just doesn't want to play my way. I'm going to trim a couple of strands out of this. We got lucky that last time and it went through, but this one does not want to go through. There's just simply too many strands. This wire is too much bigger than it's supposed to be. But so worth it. There. And I stupidly let all the strands fall all over the desk, so invariably those are going to end up in my foot or in my skin. Murphy. Here, let's do some more. Why not? This hole looks like it was maybe drilled with a smaller drill bit, is maybe why things are being a little bit more snotty. Oh yeah, now I'm knocking the trimmings down on the floor. That'll be good. That'll definitely end up in my foot later. And I'll have to go to the hospital for an infection in 3 weeks. Just kidding, I don't go to hospitals. I'm allergic to the frickin' hospital. Goo. Come. Flow. That is a lot of metal. But she flowed now. California is ending its year-long lockdown. Barf. Why? Why would California be ending it? I saw the infection rates come out of there just the other day, and maybe I misinterpreted. I don't. Those numbers didn't look too great to me. We're down to 2,000 cases here a day from 3,000-ish, but a long way to go. Our lockdown, our 1 month one, is supposed to end now-ish. But yeah, we have to do another one. We're nowhere near ready. People aren't responsible enough to be smart. They will go back to being stupid immediately. And our hospitals here in Canada are like, we have a really good medical system. We're super, super lucky, and people complain about some aspects, so be it. But because our population is so rural, most of it, our medical systems aren't as advanced, aren't as large, I should say. They're just as advanced, but we simply don't have the capacity because a lot of people are like me and we don't go to hospitals unless we have to. So it's very easy for our system to get overrun. with a pandemic, and we're right on the cusp of it right now. Our medical workers are doing pretty amazing things, but they're on the edge of bad trouble. I'm just going to move you up for a second, give you a little different view for a second while I'm going to recover a few of these. Nah, I have lots. Normally I'd save all these, but I have all kinds of them. Let's just get rid of them. I'm gonna dump this out. All these strands from that wire trimming I did are gonna end up all over the place, and I really don't want them giving me the itchies. There we go. Should be a little better. Good. Yeah, save a couple for the rug. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty in there already. I'll find them later, no problem. Okay, always put this on. No, do not put that on first. Ha, it almost tricked me. It almost got me. Almost got me. Okay, so where the hell did the leads come out of? Do they both? Oh, they both come out of the same hole. Well, that's no good. Our hole es no bueno for this. That's not going to be good enough. Are these good enough? Yep. Huh. It's not. Oh, it's still the red wire. Oh, okay, well, should we punch another hole? Yes, we should. Let's just make another hole. Does I have a drill? I believe I do. Does I have a spinning device to go in the end of the drill? Maybe not. Do I have a step drill in here? Oh, I do. Ha! I thought ahead. Yeah. These unibits are awesome. We used to call them unibits when I was in the trade. I don't know, step drills or whatever people call them now. But they're wonderful for plastic and stuff. Just great. Start from the back side, and then we can clean it up on the front side. Let's drill right into the bench, because that's what you need to do. It's very important that you drill right into the bench. And then we will take the definitely the center punch looking tool that is most definitely not a center punch. And grind your screwdriver right into the plastic, so as you make sure you fuck up your screwdriver as best as possible, so that your drill bit can still wander all over the place on live video. And then you drill into your finger. Don't forget to drill into your finger on the other side. Very critical. Not too shabby. That'll do. I'm seriously amazed that something didn't go completely off the rails there. I'm waiting. Murphy is lurking right behind the corner right now, isn't he? Somewhere? Where is he? Like, this is a passive thing, so it can't blow up in my face, so it's got to have some other failure mode come along. I haven't blown anything up on a live stream in a while. That'd be fun. Come on. Goo. Oh, the pretty. What are we sitting on? Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, there they are. I see now. I knew there was something to do with these rotating switches, that something had to change. The tabs are sticking up so that this plate can't go all the way down. Let's have a look. See how they did it on their other one here. Yeah, they've got it all the way down. See all the threads showing. Oh, yeah, brilliant, Eric. You putz. Now I gotta get my meter out to put that back together because I don't know where it was. Yeah, putz. Yeah, good. I had to do something dumb on live stream. Okay, what should we do? Should we try and bend it, or should we try and snip it? Do we have a snipping device here? We do have a snipping device. I say we try and just get rid of it, rather than bending it and messing up our switches. So this is the tab that we need to move right here. He's sticking up, and we need to either snippy snip or bendy bend. Snippy snip worked just fine. Came off like a rocket and avoided my eyeballs. Don't know how that happened. More good luck than management. That was nearly a hospital trip. There we go. Oh yeah. That's more gooder. Look at that. Almost like we planned it to be. That's something. Be happy. I think this is going to be good. Undun McWasher. Undun McWasher. Steps is what you called those? Yeah, I've heard that. Just replay the stream when you're done and you'll see where it was. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I found one of them Sharpies. It's in my right foot. Good. I was concerned that I would not find one of those. It is in my right second from littlest toe bean. Brilliant. Awesome. And that is most definitely the right tool for the job right there. Look at that. Cool. All the Sharpies. Murphy. What are the odds of that? I actually found the other one. Guess where it was? Right where I was going to step. Down on the floor I have one of these just anti-fatigue mat things from dollar store, and I'm really liking it because you can actually see when there's components laying on that. I can't in my carpet, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's really helpful. I have a not so good spine. I had failed spinal surgery a while back, and a series of not fun things, so my back tends to get sore when I stand for long periods, and this, yeah, it seems to help. Everything helps. Come on. Come on. So we'll see if we can stick these on, and then we can measure and see. We shouldn't need these back off ever. Oof. Yeah, this is what I... These are a little bit not the right size for this wire. Good Nasentat. Gudentat. Nasentat, depending on where you are in the world. Alright. That one's better. Okie dokie. That is not what I want. I want this. I'll crimp that down. Lovely. If it was focused, which it probably isn't, but you get the idea. The dial was on 47. Thank you. Thank you. Now, was it really, or did you just troll me? I believe you, but we can find out. Now I would have had to pull the meter out anyway, but now you got me curious. You guys with DVR, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. It sure was. Thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah, you can't see that. 47, 47. Haha, thank you. Haha. Wonderful. Yeah, handy little things. Like, so, I never did a review on this meter. The practical mechanic is here, I think. If you're in the automotive trade, go ahead and buy one of these. This scope, it says oscilloscope multimeter. It's more like a graphing multimeter than a scope, but it's close to a scope. But damn, does this thing work good. If I would have had this back when I was in the trade, holy crap, I wouldn't have. I paid over $1,000 for a used freaking graphing multimeter piece of junk. Wish I would have had this back then. But yeah, pretty cool. Thank you for the value. That saved me like no time, but it was fun nonetheless. Engagement. Using my headset. My headset's only for PC audio, just in case something comes through like a super chat or whatever, or to monitor the. I did have music in the background. I have a playlist of streaming music playing, but it's so low I don't think you can even hear it. Come on. There. Alright, let's do. Oh. Come on. Okay, let's do the thing. You always want to, if you're soldering something like this, which you can't see with beans, if you're soldering something like this, you want to make sure that it's not facing downhill. You want it going uphill so your solder doesn't go down into the hinge. And we'll just stick our big unger on there and just let her howl for a second, and the solder will flow right in, and that'll never come apart. Always solder these. Don't leave them just crimped, or you're gonna be back revisiting it sooner rather than later. All those test leads that you get from any supplier, they're never soldered. Just take 2 minutes and solder them up. Makes life so much easier. Same with this third hand that I'm using. Those are all crimped and soldered now. The alligator clips, so we don't have any more problems with it. There we go, and we'll let that cool because it's going to be hotter than the surface of the sun. And we'll go back where you can get some focus. We're soldering up some stuff. Yeah, it's still... So I don't... The music is so low because it's not good. There's 25. You let me know if that's distracting or not. It's I actually got... Some of the tunes are pretty cool. It's all copyright free stuff, but I got it from Charles Lohr, from CN Lohr. And he gave me a copy of all of his, and you have to show the titles on the screen and stuff, and that's what that little overlay is. It's showing the title and info. But like some of it's pretty distracting, so I don't know. You let me know. This one seems really distracting. But whatever. I don't know. I don't know whether electronic streams should have music or not. I really don't. Sometimes it's nice and sometimes it's just distracting, and like this is kind of a electronic type music or something. It's not my first choice, but some of it's pretty darn cool. Some of it's kind of a little bit inspiring. I don't know. I think that's just because when I see it, I'm watching Charles Lohr. And if you haven't subscribed to him on YouTube, check it out. If you're into anything programming or anything electronics, go to CN Lohr's channel. You want to check it out. He's one of the smartest people I have ever seen on YouTube. It's fun to watch. He does these 7-hour streams and stuff where they just coded up some VR from scratch. Just awesome. Okay. We'll worry about putting that over after. So, should we test it? Are we taking bets to see whether it works or not? To see whether I got the resistors or the capacitors in the right spots, even though that they're trying to tell me they're resistors the whole time? What do you give the odds of this working? I give it about 50-50. Maybe not even. Surely I screwed something up. Oh, this is a bad start. Oh, yeah. Derp. Derp. Where are we headed here? What is going on here? That's not a good sign. That changed. Oh, you can't see the meter. It's not looking good. It's looking like I definitely got something went sideways. We're auto ranging, but should be fine. I'm pretty sure cap range will always worked fine on this meter, but it's not something I used to. Oh, okay, we're all right, maybe. Can we? What happens if we go over here? 0.1? Is it just me too close to it? Alright, 0.1. 0.15, no difference. So something's going on here. Yeah, no. Both ranges, it's just me being close to it. Let's try the other meter just to make sure. Can't see the meter. Yeah, sorry, Andy. Cheers, Anya. Thank you. Okay, I didn't hear no YouTube audio. Julian's here. Holy Nikes. Cheers, Julian. That's why. No. He says, I caught that comment 100%. It'll work. No, we definitely got. Oh, we're sideways here somewhere. I might just. I've never even tried. Come on. Here. Never even tried this meter. Something is definitely sideways, whether it be the meter or what, but I'm pretty sure it's not the meter. Yeah. Seeing as how both aren't making any difference whatsoever, so there's got to be something at a big high level, which pretty much leaves us the switch. That's okay. What do you think? I think the switch is bad? No. No way. You go this way. Nope. Fine. No connection. Nothing. Switch. Something. Double check. Nothing. Nothing. Should be nothing. Come on. Close enough to nothing. And something. Well, summon up. Taking bets on where it is. You guys telling me yet? I have no idea. Did I put the lead in the wrong hole somehow? I knew putting the faceplate on was a risk. The switch is good. Is there any jumpers or anything need to be soldered? I guess I could look at the instructions, but I don't think there's any more holes in the board. The pots, the rotating switches only go in one way, so that's Eric proof. Red, black. Let's take you down and have a look at my shoddy alignments and stuff. Red wire, it doesn't matter what color. Red, black. I rang the switch out. If you're like military speak, I measured it. Have we got a bridge from when I was goofing around? Oh, Jesus. I see it. I see the problem. Can you see it? Maybe not because of the focus level. Here, let me. This is a good one. This is a good one. Here, I'll turn off autofocus. There we go. You guys should be able to see it now. Well, so we could still say in a moment that Julian was right. We could just say, Eric, you weren't done yet. So in that, I don't know how big the lag with YouTube is today, but it'll catch up eventually. And then you'll see me probably correcting the problem. Probably. Possibly. There could be more problem yet, but we'll see. I'm guessing this could be kind of important. There we go. Alright, let's see if I made anything any worse. Oof, God's sakes, Eric. Looks a little less like doo-doo. I could touch up a whole bunch of these. A lot of the time I wasn't soldering the board with it vertical either, so that doesn't help matters. Or horizontal, I should say. There we go. But that there goof up was an Eric classic right there. So technically we just say Eric wasn't done yet, and Julian still could be right, and we could be fine, and all is well. Maybe. What do you think? All right. Which meter we got hooked up? I got that one hooked up. Well, I thought that was the center point for the rotating switch, but maybe it wasn't. Either that or I didn't get them through yet. What the hell is going on here? The oscilloscope needs to be on that. Let's go back to the meter I trust. Or that I thought I trusted. What happened? Did we switch ranges again? Oh yeah, I was ringing out that switch, wasn't I? Let's go back to the fluke. They measured the same, so and there's no reason that Faust tool or whatever it is shouldn't work, but let's go to this one. That looks like a familiar nanofarad reading. Not looking good. No change. I soldered those terminals. No change. Somebody can scream it out in chat. And there's something going on here that I'm missing the obvious. Now, I'm soldering those from the back side, and the trace is on the front side, but geez, it still should have been fine. Where's that red wire come in? Red wire goes to the middle. And black to the outsides. Get off of there. Get. Oof. Black to the outside. One of them. Not that one. Not that one. Let's go back to the red. Just because. So the red comes in here. It's a pretty freaking simple circuit, so not much can go wrong here. We must have a short. Move the switch over. And I think I am just about out of time to find it today. Oh, that's... What? We are missing a component. I can see now. I can see it now again. So we had number 2 failure. I'll show you. It's probably in the instructions, I'm willing to bet. So our negative comes in here, our black wire. It's not polarity yet, but and our red comes in here, and our switch terminals are here and here. Can you see this? There. Our switch terminals are here and here, and I've wrung that out and it's working fine. But if you look at the trace, we got a problem, Captain. They no go nowheres. So how is that supposed to go? Are we supposed to have use a piece of wire and jump that across? Looky looky. Hello. What are you, jumper wire? So those are going over to that joint I just soldered, which goes nowhere on this side of the board. There's no trace. I erroneously assumed that the trace was on the top side of the board and didn't bother looking any further and tacked those up. But it's an isolated land. This is a single-sided board. So yeah, they rather than do a double-sided, this thing is rate built to a bloody cost. Not only are we using the resistor board, we're also not using a 2-layer board and relying on us to run that jumper, which is no big deal. Like, helps to read the instructions, right? Julian, I'm sorry for any money you owe people in the chat. We can't pretend that Eric didn't totally screw the pooch on this by, yeah, lots of reasons. 2 unsoldered pads. Yeah, I see that now. It sees the holes, 4 pads for jumpers, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to read now. You guys are all over it. Should we use that crummy wire that it came with to run those jumpers? Well, we got to use something now, don't we? Where did I put it all? I done filed it. This only needs to be, let's use some really small stuff. This stuff they sent is pretty small. Yeah, it's fine. Let's use it. It's really poor quality wire, so we might as well use it here, right? How many people were screaming at the screen, right? How many of you guys were just howling? How many people owe other people money? Don't come to me. I was aggressive with 50-50, apparently. Oh God, this is bad. Jesus, this is horrible stuff. All right, we're not gonna go through, so we can give it. Let's give it enough length where I can actually hold on to it. Oh, jeez. That's fun though, right? Like, honestly, this is part of the fun of the hobby. And if you don't find it fun, then truthfully, you might as well find another hobby. Like, that little bit of troubleshooting, like, it was, like Julian called out, he saw it right away. The unsoldered pads are the dead giveaway, right? But even when not, like, even when it's not super obvious, I try and always follow, like you saw, like, I'm not any pro by any stretch, but I do troubleshooting a little bit for a living. And I try and always do the systematic approach. I've learned that it's best not to even jump to the end. It's best to even do the measuring, even though, like, I deliberately didn't look for those pads. I kind of saw them, but it's fun to do the process, and it helps in later in life, which I'm at later in life, I guess. It really helps to always have the same approach to problems, at least in my mind. I could be crazy, but it served me well. That if you always have the same kind of systematic approach, like Dave Jones touts it as thou shalt check voltages. That's more or less what I was doing there. I was tracing it from our what would be our power and ground, which is just our leads. But anyway, I work with lots of guys too. When I was climbing turbines every day, troubleshooting 690 volt 3-phase problems, and I worked with one guy who would always pull the white rabbit out of his rear, and he would always just jump to the end. And he had the ability, not even just luck either, just this uncanny ability to surmise the end. And then I work with people too who like splitting circuits in half. And that works too. That's what I do a lot of times too. When you're troubleshooting a signal fault or whatever, split the circuit in half and see if the problem remains, and then work back and split it in half again and get you to the end of the story pretty quick. In our case, the unpopulated pads were kind of the dead giveaway. That's fun. It's fun. I would have been actually somewhat disappointed if it worked out of the gate. That would mean that something is wrong in the universe. If Eric's anything works first try, something is badly wrong. Okay. Alright, so we'll double check. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're supposed to go from on camera. We're supposed to go from these terminals here, our center contact for the wiper in the switch, over to these unpopulated ones. And we're just going to, there is holes in the unpopulated, but we're not going to use that. We're just going to use the damn third hand that you got laying here, Eric. That's what it's there for. I get the third hand. Anybody else do that? You get the third hand out, and then you end up, instead of using it like it's supposed to be, you balance it on stuff and prop stuff up. I can't be the only one who does that. Just strange. Always trying to do it the hard way, I guess. Just pretty darn dumb. Okay, which one do we want to do first? This one? This one. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. Is that a common phrase in the UK? You picked that up off of Spectra 50 YouTube channel a long time ago. It's just a fun saying. Lovely jubbly. Alright, did we do it on camera? We did. Hey, look at that. Almost like we meant things to be this way. Alright, so we want that. for aesthetics to be on approximately the same angle for no good reason other than to have it look similar. Purdy. We make the purdy. Am I on camera? Yeah, kinda, almost. Make it the purdy. And we'll flow those two together and burn my finger in the process, surely. Am I on camera? Nope. Fingers. Oh, almost. Almost similar. Got the angle just a little off, but not much. Cool. Oh, back to 100%. Jeez, I don't know. I'm going to give it slightly better than 50-50 this time. Alright. But I'm not confident enough to reassemble the entire faceplate to test it, so let's do a bench test this time. Okay, let's set it where you can see it. We'll try not to short leads together. We'll use the good meter. We'll flip it to the correct range. Oh, that's looking better already. That's a different number, I think. Come on, where'd you go? Where's the nubs? Where'd the nubs go? There's one nub. Well, I guess we only need one. Okay, let's go to that scale. Where are we starting? 270 nanofarad. That is a strange number. 790, 800. Yeah, no, that's 1 nanofarad. So that will be here. 1,000 peaks. No, missed it. There, one. Why doesn't that line up? What? Are you kidding me? Please be another spline in between. I'll be very... Okay, there is. There is. There was the spline. Okay, let's get my hands away. Okay, hold on. It's off by a mile. 2.35. 0.2. Hmm. 0.7. This might be because I'm on the bench. Let's go check the other scale. Let's go over this side. 15. 22. 34. 46. Off by 1. 56. Bang on. 67.4. 102. 522. Yeah, I definitely 573 pretty close. 716 not close. So I'm wondering if we move into the case. This other one's miles off though. What time is it? Maybe somebody give me a time check. I gotta run here probably some time ago. Yeah, like 20 minutes ago. Set this in. I don't know what I did with that other knob too. So 1035, pretty close. 156, really close. 22.2 nanofarad, bang on. 3, 4. I'm off by 1 spline here. I need to move this 1 more back. 46, really close. Yeah, we're good. We're good on this side. 67.4, really close. 102, pretty close. Plenty close enough for this. So let's put that back to there. 0.8. 1. 122. 168. This is off by a mile. Unless 2. Oh, Jesus. There. 3.3. 200.2 nanofarad. That's not right. Not right. That's 0.4. 0.6. Yeah, I definitely 846. I think I definitely have something in the wrong spot by the looks of it. 9.6 would put us here. Would put us at the 1000 peak. 1.1. No, it's way off. 1.1. 1.6. Yeah, I got some digging to do here to see what's up and down, but oh, I just noticed something too. That's not going to be helping. But I'm 20 minutes over time here, guys. Post your comments in the chat. Tell me which ones I got wrong. But this side's good. This side, definitely, I think I've got 2 swapped. And then that lead touching here might be a problem, and there might be some goobers to clean up. It's hard to just measure with the fluke like that. Gotta run. Oh yeah, the 8x8, it's buggered. So it runs off of a Wemos D1 that's been running 24 hours for years, and it was always dodgy. The D1 was always dodgy to begin with, but now it's to the point where if I hold my tongue right, I can get it to. This is in the setup stage. This one is working, and it's the other ones that are screwy. And you can see is scrolling faintly. It's just hosed. It needs work, but it has been running 24/7 for years, so it is what it is. Chicken head knob. Yeah, does it do PF? I can range that meter. I'm gonna take a quick look. I definitely have. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure I have 2 swapped, and then I'm pretty sure I have 2 swapped. 3.3. So like 3.3 nanofarad. I'm gonna go back down to point. Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta run, guys. I'm way late. I appreciate you hanging out. It was a fun show. It was great to hang out with you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will catch up with you guys in Discord a little later today. Cheers.